Now, the beacons on top of the combine are flashing intermittently. That tells me that he's 3/4 full or more. In a second, he will extend the unloading auger there on the side of the combine, and the oilseed rape will come out of the tank along the unloading auger there and into the trailer. Looks like we're about to start said process. That's the combine empty and the trailer full. To the grain store. Here we are at the grain store. Now, once the grain's been tipped, it goes down into the pit and then back up an elevator at the other side of that back wall. Now that the grain's been tipped, it has to be heaped up. Once the grain has been dumped at the bottom of the pit, it goes up that elevator there, along that conveyor and in the top of the dryer there. Once it's in the dryer, it's moved on a bed very slowly down there over the heat to take any moisture out of the grain. After that, it is then cooled in the bottom section there. After it has been cooled, it is then fed down into that pit there under those floorboards, up that elevator, and into the top of the cleaner there. There, any unwanted bits get cleaned out. It's a big giant sieve basically. The grain that we do want then comes out of that tube on the right there, up that elevator, into the top of the weigher. The weigher is set to weigh out 100 kilos. It then drops and a counter counts the number of times that it drops, and we can read the counter and figure out how much grain we've got. Once the weigher is dropped, it goes down that tube there, up this next elevator and along that conveyor there. If the grain is to be distributed to the side of the barn, it will go along that cross conveyor there and come out of the spouts either side. That there is the last of the oilseed rape for 2015, and it looks like he wants unloading. So that's it then, the oilseed rape harvest over for another year. Now, before we can move on to the next crop, there are a couple of things to do down the grain store. For one, we must make sure the rest of the oilseed rape seed is put through from the pit, through the dryer and into the store. There you can see the last of the oilseed rape seed going into the pit. And one bay full of oilseed rape. So here we are on the second crop. We are currently cutting barley. Now the barley from this field will be used for malting, so it will go and make lager. Barley can also be used to make other sorts of beer as well as lager, and whiskey from malt. Also, some varieties of barley are used for animal feed. Now, I should probably explain a little bit about the combine harvester there. What it does is separating the grain, the seed, from the rest of the plant, which we call the straw and the chaff. Anything that's heavier than the seed comes out of the back there in the straw. Anything that's lighter than the seed gets ejected out the side by the chaff spreaders. We call that the chaff. Now, I have posted a link down in the description of a video of a very clever animation of how the inside of a combine harvester works. Go and check it out if you are interested. Harvesting barley is a lot like harvesting oilseed rape. There's unloading. Grain still has to be tipped and heaped up in the pit to keep it flowing through the dryer. And of course, into the grain store. And it comes out of the spout in much the same way as the rape.
Many years have passed since those summer days among the fields of barley. See the children run as the sun goes down among the fields of gold.
So there we have it, a barley bay that's nearly full. And there goes the last of the barley into the pit. The next crop to be harvested will be oats. Now this is the oat bay and it needs a jolly good sweep out before we can put any oats in it. That's better. Now, those upright metal tubes there are grain pedestals. Once the bay is full of grain, fans will be put up on top of those pedestals. Those fans will then suck air through the grain to cool it down. Now, as you can imagine, having been dried, the grain is very warm because it came through a heated dryer. It is now August and it will take until November or December to cool the grain down to the right temperature. That's it then, the end of part 1 for my video all about harvest. Now during harvest I have uploaded a couple of extra videos, one of which takes you through a typical day during harvest, so please check that out. Also, I've started a new series, Tractor Cab Views, in which I look at a recent news story regarding agriculture and farming. Now, links to both videos are below in the description. Please do check them out. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for part 2. Subscribe for more.